Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 35 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we are working with our engineering circuit table, getting into Pneumaticraft, and it's a process, let me tell you. So let's get started. Welcome back, everyone, to another glorious day in TheAndrata Landia. For today, we are going to continue working on our tech tree and diving into Pneumaticraft and its processes and setup. Before we do so, though, I just want to point out that I do have some new bees. I set up a new AP area over here. Simple setup, basically mirroring the exact same thing over here. And by mirroring, I mean setting it up the exact same way, because it's not mirrored, it's a duplicate, other than the extra apiary. And inside of this, we have a whole bunch of bees. Constantin, Lumium, Signalum, Steel, Bronze, Invar, Electrum, Brass, and another Steel bee, because why not? We had it. So yeah, they're in here, they're doing their thing. Making them was fairly easy. As you saw from the recipes, it's really just induction smelting all of the honeycombs, in which we still have a bunch left for the most part, because I've been processing a few more, just been making some more, because you never know when we're going to actually need them. So yeah, we got that going for us, which is nice. And our honeycombs over here, I believe this has almost finished. No, it didn't finish because I went and got more. Yes, I went and pulled more honeycombs in so that we could have even more stuff to work with. What I want to do is go ahead and get this bitumen and the coal processing out here in this guy. Can't remember the name of this thing. Crushing wheel. Let's go ahead and get the bitumen to go first, and then we'll let the coal process through, and then that way we can start working on getting more refined fuels and all that good stuff, because we have a couple things we need to work on. First off, we need to finish off our quests, right? If we go over here, Mechanical Mayhem, we need to get this engineer circuit table going, and that's where I want to go right now. Let's get this thing done. That way we can finish off this chapter, and we can say we have made progression in the pack. We have finished the tech chapter completely. These are not terribly too expensive to make, all of this stuff. It's just going to be the treated wood. That's going to be the pain part, and this thing, which isn't going to be difficult, just annoying, I guess. So we need, specifically it's white stained glass. It's not, it's any kind of glass. And apparently I made a bunch of Electrum at some point. Look at the Andrata, planning ahead for things. Probably should have done the same for all the bronze and the tin and all that stuff too, but you know, I never did. So yeah, it's because Electrum is silver and gold 1-to-1, and it makes 2, so it's an easy craft. So I didn't, think about needing to do anything extra. Yeah, you're just any kind of glass panes. Can you just glass panes? Oh, I don't have any. Did have to cook up some extra glass in between episodes there. We ran out. I made because I converted almost all my glass to bottles. So we have a little bit of glass. I really need to get a, like, maybe next episode, that's something we can do. Get a cobble gen going. Like, we need a full bore cobble gen that converts, cobble into gravel and sand and all of that stuff. So that way we can, do the things that we need to do. So we need some cured rubber. Refresh my memory. That is an induction smelter with dry rubber and sulfur. So do I have any cured rubber? No, I do have dried rubber though. So we're going to need 4 of these and 2 sulfur. And a little bit of tick acceleratiness, and we're going to be good to go. Bam. Okay. And then we should be able to do this. There's the redstone flux cell. And then we're not going to have an extra engineer's crafting table, I can tell you that. We may have all the slabs that we're going to need for this. 3 more slabs. Tell me we have it. Yes, we did. Engineer's crafting table. Now, as soon as I put this down, we should get the cool sound that I wanted last episode. Ready? That was the sound I wanted you guys to hear. It sounds awesome. It honestly, I don't know if it came from World of Warcraft, but it reminds me of World of Warcraft. I don't know why. Maybe it is a World of Warcraft sound. No, place sideways, buddy. There we go. Just trying to get you guys to line up next to each other. This is our engineer's working table. I have no idea what this is, by the way. This engineer's circuit table. Never used it in my life, but we're doing. We made it, right? We got it. Making decent circuit is tough. Yes. And look, we got a green check. We're done with mechanical mayhem. We can now move into computer science. We do have a quest that we completed, though, for a personal shrinking device, and it gets us an ender pouch that's actually pretty darn cool, except for the fact that the ender pouch is kind of going to sort of be useless for us right now because we don't have ender chests available. And ender chests are not an easy thing to make. What is the improved blast furnace? Makes it easier to automate input and output. You can also make it run much more quickly by attaching 1 or 2 powered blast furnace preheaters on other sides. Building gadgets or schematics are available. That is a blast brick and a steel plate to make those. I'm not too terribly interested in that. And then the ender pouch itself, I guess, can go on our backpack. Eventually, we will use this. But the ender tank... Not ender tank. Ender chest is not a recipe that we're going to be diving into anytime soon. Lumium, sure. Crying obsidian. Honestly, I don't know. Piglin bartering, yes. And an alchemy bench from chipped, but that's converting crying obsidian to crying obsidian. So I don't know where our best way to get this other than finding it in the world. But a surprisingly substantial satchel is going to require, we need end fiber, which means we're going to need chorus. We're going to have to go to the end, yada, yada, bada bing, bada boom. We're going to need a lot of stuff for that. So we'll get to that eventually one day, but not anytime today. Quests. So yeah, that's that. And then we're not doing any of this stuff. Okay, so let's go back up to our computer science. First off, we have our gates section, which is going to tell us, okay, in order to get into refined storage, by the way, we need to get into occultism. That's where we get our disk drive. Okay. So that's good to know. So we're going to have to dive into occultism very soon. Botania, we haven't made a runic altar yet. Pneumaticraft we have done. And then it is refined storage, automation. Ooh, I like automation. And then RF tools, industrial foregoing, modular routers, power. How do you get energized steel? If you can't, that's frost steel. Undergarden. We're going to have to go to the Undergarden and get frost steel going. But there is the Frosty Bee. So yeah, we got that. Anyway, we're getting distracted. We are working on computer science. So we have 2 paths here, right? We can either go this smoldering lapis lazuli compound, which is what we need in order to get the, what was it? Usage. The upgrade matrix, so that way we can craft, things inside of this, which is to get our engineer's blueprint, which allows us to get these circuit backplanes much easier, as well as modules for our routers and vacuum tubes. Yes, we need this thing. It is definitely going to be on our to-do list. So we can either go this route with the smoldering lapis compound, but that would require us to get this recipe for now. And then we have to sequenced assembly. No, you turn into a kiln brick. We would need to do this recipe, which would require thermopneumatic processing, which we don't have yet. So we're not going to go that way. So we're going to have to go to the right because we need to get power going. Yes. And actually it's telling us we need to go this way anyway. So liquid compressor. Solid fuel compressors are disabled entirely, instead relying on liquid fuel compressors to start. So we cannot use the fuel compressor that burns coal. We have to dive straight into liquid, which is going to require us to get refined fuel or tree oil. Now we are producing refined fuel here. And we have 3 buckets of it, so we do have some of that to use, but we're going to obviously need some more. So it's either going to be tree oil or refined fuel. Now, tree oil comes from a fractionating still of resin, and it produces tree oil. So maybe we should set up some more fractionating stills and process tree oil into resin. We'll see. We'll see where we end up with all that. But we need to make ourselves a liquid compressor. Now, one thing that it mentions here, look closely at the recipes involved. There are multiple paths available, but only one is viable at this stage. And I have gone through and looked, and by viable, they mean pain in the derriere, essentially, because the recipe for this is not easy. However, I haven't gotten any hardened ones though, have I? I was like, can I cheese this and pull one of these out? Because once we get this set up, it does make it easier, but no, it figures. We've gotten lucky and gotten every other tier except for the hardened. Are there any thermal quests that we can like complete? A centrifugal separator, phytogenic insulator. You're gonna get us rare 8x cured rubber. We can make that one happen real quick. Let's make that happen. Maybe we can just get lucky. And we'll walk through the recipe, and I'll show you. I'll show you why I want to avoid it, if possible. It's not going to be possible, but if possible. And then I want to eat some honey over here. I'm trying to like eat things that I haven't eaten yet to get more hearts. But we got to remember we have gourmand on something, so we get a lot more saturation out of all of our food. Oh, more sulfur. Okay. Hurry before the 8x runs off. Okay, cool. There we go. 8x cured rubber. Let's grab that loot and see maybe if we get anything nice. Maybe. Machine frames. Nope. Okay, well, I tried. We have gotten fluid cells, and we have gotten redstone flux cells, but those don't get us any rewards that we want. We did get a fractionating still. What does this want me to do? This wants me to pick up a bucket of resin before I can get a fractionating still reward. So, and tree oil. Whatever. All right, so let's look at the recipe. So a liquid compressor requires us to get a small fluid tank from Enigmatica. Not too terrible. We can make this happen. Any kind of hardened glass, a fluid tank, and andesite alloy. We got it. Bellows is easy. Treated wood slabs, tough fabric. We can make that happen. Compressed iron ingot is just going to be 4 compressed iron. Bam, we got that. Machine frames, we just saw we have these and we can make them. This is, again, hardened glass and compressed iron, or we can trade with a villager. And then this is a hardened integral component. Now, if we look at this recipe, doesn't seem terrible. We can make that. We can make that. We can make those. We have those, actually. Maybe. We can make that happen. That's fairly easy. Advanced PCB. There are 2 paths with the advanced PCB here. A cheap path and an expensive or complicated path. So this path requires us to get plastic sheets, redstone, and printed circuit boards from Enigmatica, which is, I mean, really, it's not the easiest in the world, but it's better than nothing. This is a more immersive engineering pathway, but goodness gracious, it requires a lot of these circuit backplanes. So we need a total of 1, 2, 3 of these. And then we're going to need this thing. I don't know what this is. Requires circuit backplanes and lead or copper wire, whatever that is. And then this requires another one. So we're going to need at least a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circuit backplanes. And if you remember, circuit backplanes are made, let me do this. Circuit backplanes are made with this recipe, right? Insulating glass, copper, dielectric, and a circuit backplane. It's not really too difficult. It's just, it's an expert recipe. I'm complaining just to complain, really. So let's make a total of 8 of these things. I think we can afford 8. And then dielectric paste. And then it was this insulating glass. We're going to need 8 of these. 1. Okay, so we don't have any green dye. Now, where did I get green dye from? Was it the mystical green petals? Yes, it had to have been. So we're going to need this. We're going to need bone meal so I can bone meal it up. And we're going to need a set of shears. I don't know if I have any in my... Oh, I've got 3 sets of shears available to me. So again, we're going to do the whole this, plant it, row it, shear it, break it, plant it. So remember that 1 turned into 4 there, and then we can do this, and then we can do this, and that's going to turn into 16. And every time you do it, it's going to double up how many you have. So now we'll end up with 32, and then we convert these into green dye. Bam. Only 15, apparently. I must have missed one. Yeah. And then that's going to do... Excuse me? There we go. Now we got 64. Oh, it more than doubled even. It's an exponential logarithmic increase. Is that how that works? And then we should be able to take like half of these and throw them into the mill. Is that right? Is that going to give me green dye? Yeah. But it didn't take all half. That's fine. Yeah, and then I'm going to need, what is this? Dust. This is iron dust. So 2, so we're going to need a total of 8 iron dust. Oh, and I need 8 green dye. Oh, no, I don't. Can I have my iron, please? Pulverizer, you're still set to not input. Go away. Go away. Go away. Reset. Not what I wanted. Okay. So now if we put all of this away, we should now be able to request. Come on. Come on, iron dust. Find your way into a chest, please. Are you kidding me? Where did the iron dust just go? It's right here. Oh, you know what? It's doing the thing. It's expecting a different type of iron dust. There we go. There. Okay. So then we just got to go out here and put it in there. Oh, by the way, I set up the automation for this guy to get sheared so he can keep producing clockwork honeycombs. Outside of that, clockwork honeycombs can be used to make, I believe, andesite alloy in a centrifuge. Yeah, andesite alloy and cogwheels. And then we can continue to have him mutate, but I have not placed any more archwood in there. So we're going to do copper plates and then dielectric paste, and the insulating glass can go into here and run through. And I believe this is only a one-time, like it doesn't need to do anything extra. It is going to get stuck here. Because apparently it can't move on when this guy doesn't have anything in his hand. So it's this kind of doesn't work for anything less than 4. A little bit of a bummer, but it's okay. Okay, so that gets us our circuit backplanes. Then we're going to need to get the rest of this stuff. So we need copper wire, which is just copper plates and our engineer's wire cutters. And I think we have to alt request it anyway. How many we got? 6? I needed what? 4? Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to need RAM chips. We're going to require more. Okay. So we need 3 of these things, which means we're going to need a total of 18 of these redstone relays. So we're going to need 18 redstone torches. 10, 10. There we go. And then, oh, cobblestone slabs. Okay. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I did not mean to. Whoops. I did not mean to make that many cobblestone slabs. Wow, we are already filling up our new chests pretty quickly here. Okay, there's those. And then we should be good to go to make the 3 of these that we need, right? Oh, except if I've got to put the copper wire away. And then while that's doing that, let's get some more copper and get it turning into plates because we're going to need more. Okay, there are 8 RAM chips, or 3 RAM chips, 8E. So that takes care of those. Then we need 4 more copper wire. We're going to need this redstone probe connector, which is going to require this thing. And then this should be able to make that happen. Bam. Let's do this with these. And then, yeah, so then we just need this. Okay, so this is going to require lead or copper wire and circuit backplane. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know exactly what this is going to need. Or maybe it's just any kind of circuit is what it's asking for. It just says logic circuit. So, yeah, logic circuit. So let's pop over to this thing and see, okay, there's that and that. Logic components. Okay, that says it doesn't require, it requires 1 and 1. So do it. The thing. Does this require, this requires power. Okay, let's get out our book. Engineer circuit table. Can we give this RF? I know industrial foregoing is finicky about RF, but let's look up the immersive engineering book and then construction, no. Logic circuits. With the great speed and versatility of redstone wires and unique properties of a vacuum tube, now possible to reach the complex using the circuit table. Select the pattern you want, decide the input values was a designated output. Selecting the operator, you see the required list of components, selecting the input slots on the left. The amount of components required depends on the complexity of the circuit, with NAND being the easiest to produce, which is what we want, right? We want NAND. You're not the easiest to produce. You require that thing. Yeah, set input orange, output orange. Then I guess we just need to give it power. Can we give it power? We should be able to give it RF, right? There should be an input on the back of this thing. Do I have any power cables? I do not believe so. We can make that happen though. This is going to be a very temporary setup here. But let's just bring power up and out. Set this up here. Okay, it connected. It has power. Did it void my stuff? I think it did. It voided the copper wire and the circuit plates that I had in there. Well, that's kind of bull. That kind of makes me mad. What did I have? 5 backplanes and some copper wire? Like, I don't have any factory hoppers around here, do I? That would have picked it up? I don't think so. No. That literally just voided out my stuff. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that just voided my stuff for no reason, too. Like, you know, that should be something in here that says, oh, but if you break this, you're going to void your stuff. Just to let you know. So, yeah, I'm not making it again. You know what? That just kind of annoyed me. So we are going to give ourselves 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go copper wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think, yeah, I had 6. Turn that off. Yeah, I did that. If you got a problem with it, well, I'm sorry. There we go. We ended up getting a logic circuit set to white. If you got a problem with that, take it up with TheAndrata LLC lawyers. They don't exist, but you can take them up with them anyway. I'm probably going to have to do that. Oh, and now I don't have enough copper wire because I used it all. Whatever. You know what? I have copper wire over here. Let me just take... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me take this stuff out. Then I don't got to worry about it. Alt anyway. And there we go. We got an advanced PCB. So all of that being done means we can now begin working on this stuff, which I am going to work on in between episodes because I need to cook up some more cured rubber. We need to get all this going. So, and I need to get my, actually, Now that I think about it, I did not set up a factory hopper for this, but I did put an upgrade in here. So these bees have been, you know, they've been doing the upgrade thing. So that's okay. And they're actually producing pretty well. Look at all that. Bam. And these guys are doing good too. This is full. This is probably, yeah, this is going to start filling up next once this all back stuff. So look at all the Oreos we have. We have food for the rest of our lives. We are in a very good spot. And let me just get this out of here. I don't even want to look at it. That's how mad that just made me. Honestly, that did just, that upset me that my stuff got voided. I don't generally do that. I will remake items or whatever, but that just, yeah, that didn't make me happy. Maybe it's a known thing about immersive engineering, but, you know, I didn't, you know, does it say it in the book? Storage value within a block. The table will also need to be supplied with energy. It doesn't say you break the block, you're going to lose all your stuff. So, yeah, that's me saying, you know what? Forget it. I don't care. I'm not redoing it again. Okay. What's said and done. We're moving on. Okay, so like I said, in between episodes, I will go ahead and make the stuff that we're going to need for this. We have the Invar gears, we have Invar Bs. The blue connectors are fairly easy to make here. It's just poppers and then rock wool, which we should still have some rock wool available to us, so we can make those. I may even have connectors. Yeah, look, I already have them. I don't even need to do those. So it's just these machines. It's the frames that we're going to have to craft. And then, yeah, we will come back and move on with our lives. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.